mysterious. Welcome back, fam. Thanks for coming on back to Cryptid Mysterious. I got something a little different today, and I don't think it's going to disappoint, but I'll let you be the judge. Where y'all watching from? I always love hearing where everybody's watching from down in the comments. Today I'm going through the top 20 well-known UFO and alien encounters that remain mysterious. And after I list all these off, I'd like you to drop me a comment which one you would like me to do some deep digging on and make an episode about. Towards the end of the video, I do go into a pretty good deep dive into one of these stories. So stick around, pop that popcorn, get yourself some coffee, hit that subscribe button for me if you would, if you haven't already. And let's get into it. So here are the top 20. Well, I don't know if you'd consider them top 20, but here's 20 well-known UFO and alien encounters that remain mysterious. A couple classic UFO cases. Obviously, you start off here with the Roswell Incident, 1947. If you haven't heard about this one, and you're listening to a Bigfoot channel, have you been living under a rock? I'm just kidding. This is probably the most famous, well-known alien or UFO incident. It was a crash of a UFO in Roswell, New Mexico, with claims of recovered alien bodies and a government cover-up. Then you have the Battle of Los Angeles, 1942. A supposed enemy attack turned UFO sighting when unknown objects were fired upon over LA. Then we have the Kenneth Arnold sighting of 1947, the event that introduced flying saucers to the world, with Arnold spotting 9 strange aircraft over Mount Rainier. A lot of Bigfoots over there. The Kecksburg UFO incident of 1965, a mysterious acorn-shaped object crashed in Pennsylvania, leading to theories of a UFO or secret military craft. Then there was the Shag Harbor incident of 1967. A UFO reportedly crashed into waters off the coast of Nova Scotia, followed by a military search. Then we have alien abduction cases. I think the most popular, or at least the most common story that I've heard, is Betty and Barney Hill being abducted in 1961. One of the first reported alien abductions with detailed hypnosis recollections. As popular as that story has been, regardless of how many times that's been talked about on the internet, I think I might do an episode on that one. What do y'all think? Then we have the Pascagoula, is that how you say that? Pascagoula abduction of 1973. 2 men claimed they were abducted by robotic aliens while fishing in Mississippi. And then you have my absolute favorite. Y'all remember the movie Fire in the Sky? The Travis Walton abduction in 1975. Walton vanished for 5 days after a UFO encounter, later recounting a bizarre alien experience. That guy was actually on Joe Rogan. Then you have the Allagash abductions of 1976. 4 men on a canoe trip claimed they were taken aboard a UFO and subjected to medical tests. Sounds like a... I was going to joke and say it sounds like a good time, but probably not. Then you have the Antonio Villas Boas case, 1957. Boas. If I'm not pronouncing these right, just make fun of me in the comments. This was a Brazilian farmer claimed that he was abducted and forced into contact with a humanoid female alien. That would be interesting. And we have some very mysterious mass sightings. The Phoenix Lights of 1997. Thousands witnessed a massive V-shaped UFO over Arizona with no official explanation. Then we have the Tehran UFO incident of 1976, where an Iranian fighter jet encountered a UFO that jammed their instruments and evaded attack. The Rendlesham Forest Incident, 1980. U.S. military personnel in the U.K. reported seeing a landed UFO and mysterious symbols. Then there was the Belgian UFO wave, 1989 to 1990. A series of sightings of large triangular craft confirmed by radar and military pilots. Then there was the Zimbabwe Aerial School Incident, 1994. Over 60 school children reported seeing a UFO and humanoid beings who communicated telepathically. Then we have some government-linked mysteries. Project Blue Book. From 1952 to 1969, a U.S. Air Force study examined thousands of U.S. UFO sightings, many of which are still unexplained. Then there was the Tic Tac UFO incident. U.S. Navy pilots filmed a high-speed, physics-defying UFO, later confirmed by the Pentagon. The Chicago O'Hare UFO of 2006. Airport workers saw a disc-shaped UFO hovering over a gate before shooting upward at a high rate of speed. Then there was the Gorman dogfight of 1948. A pilot engaged in an aerial chase with a UFO that displayed impossible maneuvers. The Nimitz encounter, 2004. U.S. Navy fighter jets pursued and recorded a UFO performing impossible maneuvers off the coast of California. Many of these cases remain unsolved, fueling speculation about extraterrestrial life and advanced unknown technologies. Which one interests you most? Personally, just to jump in here quick and give you my 2 cents, I don't have a stance on the whole, are aliens real and are we being visited by aliens? To be honest with you, I like thinking. So when I hear that aliens are visiting Earth from other planets, it's like, well, if you have a basic understanding of physics, it's pretty much impossible. It's thousands and thousands of light years. Fact check me, because I don't know the exact number, but it's a long distance to the nearest planet with potential of having life on it. So figure that if light speed is the fastest that matter can travel, and you're thousands of light years away, you have to travel for thousands of years. That is if you're traveling at light speed, which is actually impossible for matter to travel at. Or wait, did I just say that's the fastest possible speed for matter to travel at? No, it's actually... All right, I'm done blabbering, never mind. I'm just saying it's pretty much impossible for a physical ship to travel that far. So I can't say that I believe that aliens from other planets are here unless they know how to use wormholes or some other way of interdimensional travel I can entertain that idea. Well, anyway, I mentioned in all of those stories Project Blue Book. Well, here's just a summary of Project Blue Book. I do find this quite interesting, although I wouldn't recommend trusting much of what the government claims to have studied, tells us what to think. I don't know. I don't trust it. But it's fun. What do y'all think? So Project Blue Book was a U.S. Air Force program that investigated unidentified flying objects, UFOs, from 1952 to 1969. It was the third and final iteration of the U.S. government UFO studies, following Project Sign of 1947 through 1949 and Project Grudge, 1949 through 1951. The project aimed to determine if UFOs were a threat to national security and to scientifically analyze the phenomena. By its conclusion, Project Blue Book had collected over 12,618 reports, with a portion remaining unexplained. The beginning. Project Sign and Project Grudge. The U.S. military was interested in UFOs and began after World War II, when numerous reports of mysterious, quote, flying discs surfaced. The first organized study, Project Sign, launched in 1947 and concluded that some UFOs could be extraterrestrial. This stance led to its termination and replacement by Project Grudge, which sought to debunk UFO sightings, dismissing them as misidentifications or psychological phenomena. In 1952, after a wave of high-profile UFO sightings, including Washington, D.C. UFO incident where unknown objects were detected on radar over the U.S. Capitol, the Air Force created Project Blue Book, led by Captain Edward J. Ruppelt. Investigation methods. Project Blue Book investigated civilian, military, and pilot UFO reports. The process involved collecting eyewitness accounts, physical evidence, conducting interviews with witnesses, analyzing radar data and photographs, consulting experts in meteorology, astronomy, and physics. The project categorized cases into explained, weather balloons, aircraft, stars, hoaxes, and unexplained, those with credible witnesses and no conventional explanation. Key cases investigated. There was the Lubbock, Lubbock, lights of 1951. Before Project Blue Book officially started, Lubbock, I'm just going to say Lubbock, I can't, really? How do you say that? Lubbock, Texas, became a focal point for UFO interest. A group of scientists and students witnessed a formation of glowing lights. The Air Force attributed them to plovers, birds, reflecting city lights. But some dismissed this explanation. I wonder why. Then we have the Washington, D.C. UFO incident of 1952. Over several nights, radar operators and pilots detected unknown flying objects over Washington, D.C. The Air Force scrambled jets, but the objects vanished when approached. Officials later blamed temperature inversions, but skepticism remained. Then there's the Leveland incident of 1957. Multiple witnesses reported a large glowing craft that caused vehicle engines to stall. The Air Force attributed it to a ball lightning, though this did not fully explain the case. Then there was the RB-47 UFO encounter of 1957. The U.S. Air Force RB-57 reconnaissance jet tracked a UFO that was visible on radar and visually confirmed by pilots. The object's high-speed maneuvers defied known aircraft capabilities. I bet it did. That was 1957. The Portage County case of 1966. Police officers pursued a bright object across multiple counties, describing it as a metallic structured craft. The Air Force dismissed this as the planet Venus, despite witness disagreement. What? They pursued a bright object across multiple counties and they tried to dismiss it as the planet Venus? That makes no sense whatsoever. The Lonnie Zamora Incident of 1964. A New Mexico police officer, Lonnie Zamora, witnessed an egg-shaped craft with two humanoid figures. Well, what the heck? Did they get out? How did he see these guys? The Air Force found no evidence of a hoax, making it one of the most credible cases. We have the scientific analysis and Condon Report and the decline of Project Blue Book. Public and political pressure led to an independent scientific study led by physicist Dr. Edward Condon at the University of Colorado. The Condon Report of 1969 analyzed 59 key UFO cases and concluded UFOs pose no national security threat. There was no scientific value in further study. Most sightings had prosaic explanations. This report gave the Air Force justification to end Project Blue Book in 1969. In their final statistics and conclusions, Project Blue Book's final report. By the time the program ended, 12,618 cases were examined. 701 remained unidentified. That's about 5.5% of all the cases examined. The other 94% were attributed to known objects, whether aircrafts, balloons, astronomical events, hoaxes, or whatever. The official stance: UFOs did not indicate extraterrestrial visits or pose a security threat. The criticism and legacy of the project: despite its closure, critics argue that many cases were not thoroughly investigated. Unexplained cases were downplayed, and the government continued UFO research in secret, as later revealed by programs like AATIP, Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, in the 2000s. Conclusion: the end of official investigations? Although Project Blue Book ended in 1969, public and military interests in UFOs never faded, as we all know. In recent years, the Pentagon declassified Navy UFO encounters, like the Tic Tac UFO of 2004, and established the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office in 2002. While Blue Book dismissed UFOs as non-extraterrestrial, its 701 unidentified cases still fuel debate. Did the U.S. government truly uncover nothing? Or was there more than they admitted? Project Blue Book remains one of the most significant UFO studies in history. Its legacy is still shaping modern investigations into the unknown. Well, what do y'all think about that? I've been kind of having a little hankering for getting some cool alien stories here on the channel. I know we pretty much do everything Bigfoot related, but hey, we can branch out a little bit from time to time. Tell me what you think down in the comments. Which one of these stories is most interesting to you? And I will do some deep diving and see what I can come up with and make an episode of it. Appreciate y'all. If you have an encounter with anything, Bigfoot, anything mysterious, aliens, I'd love to hear about it. Drop me an email at cryptidmysterious@gmail.com. Appreciate y'all.